Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? It's time for the Caturday chat. Should I take this message off?
Yeah.
Okay. One momento. How's everybody doing? I should just make a Stream Deck button for that. Cool, we'll give it, I don't know, same thing that's going on with that. Awesomeness. We'll give it a minute for people to funnel in. I need to blow my nose, which I should have done.
Come on.
Independent of this, I'm going to mute for a second. All right, sounds back on. Cool, what's going on everybody? How you doing? I am Sam, this is Amanda. We foster kittens almost all year round. Get to that in a minute. Yeah, if this is your first time seeing humans on screen, we're the people behind the stream, the Kitten Cam. We do foster all year round. Saving kittens from shelters in Los Angeles through a rescue called Kittenrescue. And we share our foster journey here on the Kitten Cam. I think we're probably going to end up repeating ourselves quite a bit. Oh, I'm going to hit the community button. Should I do the video?
Yeah, do the video.
I really thought I set it up to autoplay. Where is that thing? Alright, let's do the intro video.
Can you throw that tissue away?
Yeah. It's not doing the chat on. Oh, that's not.
What?
Okay, no, it is. Okay. I thought the chat wasn't relaying through to Mixer. But no, it looks like it's working pretty good. Hey, Valthy over on Twitch, welcome. We're mostly catless right now. And kind of waiting for people to funnel in on our community chat. We do community chats right now only on Saturdays, unless we have big news, then we jump in on a Tuesday or Thursday evening as well when we do our regular community chats. But right now we're just doing Saturday mornings around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, I guess let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
We'll just repeat ourselves.
Hi, Patricia.
Hey, there's Patricia. How's it going? Patricia over on YouTube. So FYI, folks, if it's your first time here, we do multicast to about 14 different platforms. So if we reply to chat that you don't see, that's why. Though some of the major platforms cross-relay chat to each other through Restream. So you over on Twitch and YouTube should see each other, but somebody over on, say, Nemo would not, which is why I have that window open. But yeah.
What does Patricia say?
Patricia said, "Hello, Cuteavalanche. Nice to see you." I'm the cute, and she's the avalanche.
Patricia.
Is that how that works?
Nice to see you too. Yes, that's how it works. I know Patricia was super bummed yesterday.
I was super bummed yesterday. I know you were super bummed yesterday, and a couple other people were. Lunar was a little caught off guard. I saw that this morning.
What do you say?
He was just like, "Where are the kittens?"
Yeah. I was literally like,
"Oh, where are the new kittens?" But I still love these oranges.
Cat carrier in one hand, keys and phone in the other hand, like opening the door to go to my car. And I had my phone in my hand, and I was like, oh, I have, because I was about to, I don't know, look up the whatever.
Directions.
And I was like, oh, I have a message from best friends, and it said, like, please call before you head over here.
Right.
And so I, like, sat on the porch and called them, and the woman was very nice, but she was just like, you know, this cat has this spot, and we think it is ringworm but we won't know until the tests come back, and that's gonna take 3 weeks. And they won't treat the cat until the tests come back. And I've never fostered cats with ringworm before, but I know other people who have, and I know it's been kind of a big ordeal. And she said, you know, if you're keeping them in a bathroom or something that can be super easily cleaned and disinfected when they're gone, that's good. But otherwise, maybe it's not a good idea. And, you know, she basically just said, like, you should wear a different shirt when you go into the room, like gloves, like all this stuff. And I was like, well, you know, our bed is in here. Even though we do cover it with plastic, it's still in here in the cat tree. And I know that our kids in particular were super excited and ready to like snuggle some kittens, and I knew it would be at least 3 weeks, if not longer, or maybe the entirety of their stay here, that like they wouldn't even be able to touch them. And honestly, I just didn't want to spread ringworm to my kids.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
and the woman was very like
the
sweet about it. She was like, I can't make you any promises that this wouldn't happen or that wouldn't happen. You know, like, so that's why I wanted to let you know. It's totally up to you. It's fine for you to wait and just, you know, take the next kittens that come along. So we don't have any right now, but maybe in a few days we will. It's not like they were at, you know, this is what Bridget said. Bridget said if they had been at the shelter, right, you know, like on the new euthanasia list or whatever, like in the shelter needing to be pulled, that would have been a different story.
Yeah, they're already at a rescue.
But they're already at a rescue.
For.
Somebody else, like they have tons of fosters at that rescue, and I'm sure somebody else wants to foster kittens who probably has experience with ringworm and doesn't have kids, and
or even is just a more casual fosterer,
or has like, you know, a bathroom or a better setup, more conducive to like that treatment. So it just seemed like it was better to wait.
Yeah, the risk.
But I was super bummed because everything was ready to go. We were ready to go, and then I just all day long, every time I came in the room and the room's all like set up and clean, I got all like sad.
Yeah.
Like empty nest syndrome. So bummed, but it is what it is.
So that's where we're at.
You know, if we had fosters that like came down with ringworm, that's a different story. But you know, knowing that going into it, and honestly, just the fact that like it would have been 3 weeks before we could have even started treatment or anything like that was just kind of like.
No, the time frame on that was too much. Patricia says, can you do the clock again when you are getting any kittens, as I am looking in on the stream? Of course.
Yeah,
if we have like,
we will.
You know,
if we have an advance notice, for sure. And we probably will. Yeah. Because the way that Best Friends works, I mean, unless I see kittens in the shelter and I get Kittenrescue to pull them, if I'm fostering them through Best Friends,
then we just estimate the time.
The way that they work is like you set up an appointment, a pickup time, basically. So, you know, it might be like later that day or the next day or whatever, you know. I assume she's gonna email me, but I'm just gonna reach out to her in a couple days if I don't hear anything. Sure. Just to check in and, you know, let her know I'm still interested and find out if they have anything. But I've been keeping an eye on the shelters, and there's like zero kittens in any of the 6 shelters. You should do a shelter scan. And Kittenrescue has none. Yeah. They just pulled, I think yesterday, they pulled 5 kittens from East Valley, but they were like 7 weeks old already, and they had 3 different fosters who wanted them, you know. So they didn't even go to the nursery, they just went straight into foster care.
What's up, Nara? Why are you so vocal right now?
She's always vocal.
What do you want? Are you seeing lights?
Some light reflections.
Yeah.
Down
here. But yeah, speaking of the clock, I intend to automate that so it also counts down to the community chats, even though we're not usually regularly on time, but more or less to a you know, the set marks that we put. Maybe it'll help us be more on time. I don't know. So we're like, oh no, the countdown.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty lax about making it on time. We're just kind of like, oh, it's about 10 o'clock. We should have another minute and sit here and drink some more coffee and
Well, it's tough.
chat with the kids.
Waking up at 9:40 and you're like, 20 minutes seems unreasonable.
I blame the kids.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was important that we talked about Voltron and Vikings.
Yeah, and She-Ra. We had a good conversation, important cartoon conversations this morning with our kids before we set up their show of choice, which it was
PJ Masks.
Nara, you are putting holes all over a new blanket. What the heck, man?
We should put a blanket on our blanket.
I know.
We need a crappy blanket. Put a crappy blanket on our wish list.
Your nails are too long. Go scratch that scratching post.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do?
See, now you're stuck.
Slipper.
You should just get caught all the time.
Hey, Jake, thanks for the
claws are like too
sparkage for the corgi. How's it
Yeah,
going?
Sunny. I know. Where's your friend?
Aria.
Where's Aria?
So those kittens did not work out, unfortunately, and we're waiting to hear for when more are available. You should grab your computer and do a shelter search.
We could just pretend like this is the mom cat.
We're waiting on the kittens.
The kittens.
We'll be doing it on...
You just get little puppets.
Yeah.
These are the baby kittens. Nurse, nurse, nurse.
We'll be doing a cat unboxing and we'll actually take boxes out of this cat. Oh, nara. Patricia says, I sometimes leave the stream running for a few hours a day. Right on. I think you should just leave it up all the time.
Running all the time.
Yeah, there's several people who just leave it open, to my knowledge.
It's funny,
They just have that tab open.
It's going on this monitor in this room, and so whenever I come into our room during the day, sometimes, especially since we've been playing, we don't have kittens, but we've been playing like our past litters, I'll like stop and be like, oh, it's so-and-so, and they were so tiny, and I'll just sit here and watch it for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, I should really be doing other things right now. Stop.
Jake says, I woke up today to a flooded house.
Here.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry to hear that.
Lay down.
Yeah, we used to get that every year or two when I lived in the East Coast. Basements would flood.
Oh yeah, my mom's flooded last year.
Yeah. Well, you would think they would have that thing figured out by now. But not so much.
Oh, I saw these things last night just randomly, and I really like this
The
shirt.
shirts? Sorry. Is that Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little weird, but okay. But yeah, so aside from the not having new kittens, the other big news is that we did launch a Patreon. And we currently have 2 donors on that Patreon. We're trying to get 25 by the end of the month, and we'll do a special sort of shout out video and put up all the people's names on the community chat the community pet slideshow as a slide. So even if you donate just $1 a month, just for that first month, that would help us help raise awareness to our campaign, because the more people that are actively donating, the better it looks for that campaign. So I'll drop that link in the chat. It would be awesome if you guys would consider donating $1 or more. I think I can just do this. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Shoot. That should do it. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Hey, that's good. Are you looking at shelters?
Mm-mm.
What is that? That's not anything. Look up the shelters, see if there's cats. We should patch you in. Although I just taped this HDMI cable back up there. Do I have another one? Alright, let me see. Hey, Means25, how you doing? Thanks for waking up just for us. We just rolled out of bed as well. Hey, my name is Alice. Welcome back. How you doing? So we'll do a quick recap for the people just joining us. As you all probably know, we were going to have cats today. We were going to pick up a new litter yesterday. What?
It's just 0, 0,
0, 0.
There's nothing to do with that.
But yeah. Well, do you want to tell the story again while I go
Nope.
look for another Asian? No? Okay. There's nothing to patch
there's
into.
nothing to do.
Okay, so basically, yesterday, just as Amanda was going out to get the new mama cat and kittens, like literally on the front porch, left the house already, she saw she had a message from the rescue, and it just said, call me. And then when she called, they explained that the mama cat showed signs potentially of having ringworm, which they were doing a test on. The test would take 3 weeks to confirm or deny the condition, and they were not medically treating for ringworm until the test came back. And the problem with that is that ringworm is easily spread
Super contagious.
Yeah, super
To
contagious.
humans and
Right.
animals.
And so they were saying, if you have a dedicated space to, like a bathroom or something that's easily cleanable, then that would be fine. But we were like, well, we do cover the bed in plastic. We have the Caturday, we have these shelves. The kids would want to come in here. We have other animals in very close proximity, and it just seemed like too many variables at risk. So we decided to pass on that litter at this time.
She was talking about having a dedicated corner of a room to keep them in, and I was like, we do that, but at the same time these kittens are already 5 weeks old.
Yeah,
and
they're
they need
roaming.
room to run around and play.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that they have a mom, we always want to give the moms
Well, the
space
moms.
to get away from the kittens,
Yeah.
to come and go, and it's so
Yeah.
it just would have been
It would have been more than we could handle.
yeah. Covering their shoes, putting on a different shirt every time I came
Oh
in
yeah,
the
they
room,
were saying that you
wearing
need to have different
gloves.
clothes to come into the room to deal with
Just-
the litter.
Just
Which is unreasonable because this is our bedroom. This is where all of our clothes are.
primarily it just came down to the kids. for
Yeah.
me, and I knew that the kids were gonna want to play with the kittens.
Yes.
And I didn't want to somehow, out of my stupidity of not being,
Sure.
clean enough,
Yeah.
get the spread ringworm to the kids. I would have just
Right,
felt
that
terrible.
would have been horrible.
I would have been like, I'm a crappy mom and a crappy foster, and I gave
Yeah.
my kids ringworm, and I'm never fostering again.
Right. Great.
And
Yeah.
they were super nice about it, and she just said I wanted to, this is why I asked you to call me before you came,
Yeah.
so that we, I could let you know, and I don't want to strong arm you into taking them, or talk you into
Yeah.
taking them. She's like, I cannot promise, anything.
Right.
So if you don't think it's a good idea, that's 100% fine, and we can just wait a couple of days and see if we get more kittens in
Yeah.
for you, and so I
Yeah.
don't have anything right now, but that might change soon, so
Yeah.
just stand by, basically.
So yeah, and again, the kittens and the mama cat are at a rescue, not a shelter, so they're not in any danger. They are being treated, and most likely they'll just find a different foster who's better suited.
They're probably already with a different foster,
probably,
to be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah. So yeah, if anyone has any questions about that litter or, anything else on fostering, whatever, please feel free to ask. That's why we do these chats. This is probably going to be a relatively short community chat.
This is the only time we've ever,
Denied
yeah,
a request.
yeah.
Yeah, in our 65
I mean,
cats.
we've had a lot of sick cats, and cats who needed medication, and,
Yeah,
cats with, oh my god, I can't tell you how many terrible diarrhea.
sure.
We've taken cats on that were just having, liquid bloody diarrhea,
Yeah.
and, needed fluids, and, we've taken on a lot of sick
Yeah.
cats, but that's the first time,
Yeah.
a foster coordinator ever came to me and said, do you want these cats? And I said no.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really that I didn't want them, I just felt like it was not a good idea.
The worst case scenario was too big.
Yeah.
If we had taken these cats on and they had ringworm, and it even got remotely spread. Like, we'd have to throw out all of the stuff, and we'd have to bleach the whole house again. It would, it would be so much more work. It just wasn't worth the risk. Means over on Twitch says it was exactly the right call. Your next litter will be here before you know it. Yeah, and that's the other thing is like if there had been an outbreak, we might not have been able to get another litter for more, a lot longer.
Wow. I mean, it's not like as contagious as
Handling.
it's not as like detrimental as like Panlick or something, but
Right.
it's still like you still want to be
it's a
really
big
careful
deal.
and clean up, or
Yeah.
disinfect them.
Yeah. I mean, when we were originally talking, we were talking about like the 6th, or was it the 6th or the 16th?
6th.
Yeah, which we're not even there yet. So
Yeah.
we're still ahead of our schedule. Yeah.
There are no kittens in any of the shelters. There's no kittens at Kittenrescue. I mean, it's great. It's good.
Yes.
I feel like
it's a good problem to
it's
have.
working. What if kitten season came and like there were no kittens?
That would be insane.
It would be like, wow,
I guess
we did it.
Right. What would we do with the stream? I guess I'd have to do my own stream.
Foster dogs.
Yeah. Foster ferrets.
Foster bunnies.
I mean, that's the beauty in the Cuteavalanche name. As long as it's cute, we can do it. We can
Foster mice.
we just have like a bunch of Cabbage Patch dolls.
I follow a foster she's a kitten foster, but she also fosters rats. She rescues and saves rats and
Oh, I know.
finds them homes and.
Yeah, I follow some of those squirrels. We could do squirrels.
No. Those are wild animals.
Baby tigers?
Possums. I would do possums. We could just become a wildlife rehab person, rehabilitator.
And then we could do that show every year at CMTC.
Oh yeah.
What if we could become like movie star animal trainers? Anara, up. Close enough. Anara, speak.
Nara,
She's the worst.
what are you doing? Hi. No, Nara, purr. Good job.
Anyway. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Hey, girl.
Hey, what's up? Albino. Dano? How's it going over on Twitch? So yeah, that's the big spiel on why we don't have new kittens just yet. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Yeah, I know.
I want to snuggle kittens, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, you wouldn't have been able to snuggle those kittens anyway.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
you
Would've
wouldn't
been
even
worse.
been allowed in the room. Yeah, it would have been worse.
'cause we'd
'cause
know they were there.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. Janine over on YouTube asks, did you see the cat cafe on the East Coast that puts rats in with the kittens?
What?
No.
That's crazy.
No, you
I
should
did not see that.
send us a link or something.
That's
By the way, I
cool.
just want to say that I'm not actually albino. You'd be surprised how many things. It did not even cross my mind. I don't know.
Is that because their name is
Yeah, it's
albino?
Albino Dino.
That's funny.
I do assume that your name's Dean. But, but I did not make the albino assumption,
Why not?
which I feel like is a really good name for
I feel like
a
it.
movie now. The Albino Assumption. Coming to theaters. Watch. Sometime.
Okay.
I don't know. I assume people pick screen names for random reasons.
Okay.
Correct. On the Dean part, thank you. Or that the movie would be a good title. Yes, that's awesome.
Okay. Okay. I did discover that there are some things that we need
Oh yeah?
while I was getting ready for them.
Like,
that,
aside from kittens?
that spray.
Oh,
is
really?
gone. And
I'd watch that.
and
Is this on our wish list?
yeah, I just added it again. I thought I had an extra bottle, and I guess that was the extra bottle, and now it's empty.
Okay.
I was like spraying yesterday to clean the litter boxes and stuff.
Right.
That's gone. There was one other thing that we were out of.
Lysol wipes?
Oh, the Swiffers.
Swiffer, that's
we were
right.
out of
Close enough.
for mopping the floor. Yeah, and paper towels.
Sure.
But yeah, everything's all like cleaned up over there and ready to go. We got like the Tespo cleaned and out, and the litter boxes are all stacked up, and the carriers are all stacked up. The blankets and the toys are all
Mr. Coffee.
disinfected. Like everything is cleaned, disinfected, stacked
Ready
up
to
over there in the
foster.
corner and ready to go.
Hello,
All
Mr. Coffee, good
I
morning.
need to do is just like re-mop the floor again, really, and maybe
yeah.
vacuum that off because I don't know if our cats went up there. But I
Sure,
vacuumed it yesterday.
When you washed the bed top, the topper.
Oh yeah, that's in the laundry room.
Yeah, for those of you just joining us, we were supposed to get new foster kittens yesterday, but unfortunately it did not work out due to a medical condition. One potential medical condition that the kittens and mom might have ringworm, and it would just be not ideal for our setup, since we're a house with other animals and kids, and not a dedicated space for them. They would exist in a room that we live in, so unfortunately we had to pass on that. That was the first time we've passed on a litter of kittens, but they are at a rescue as opposed to a shelter, so they're not in any danger. They're probably at another foster by now. And we're just waiting for more kittens to come in. Dino says, okay, I will BRB. Just going in the shower. All right, stay clean. Yeah, it is a shame. We were really looking forward to it, and it was pretty disappointing when we had to turn it down. But it just made the most sense. It was not the right fit.
I had gotten all excited to get it. It
Oh.
was like a mom and babies and stuff. And
Yeah.
it was also sort of exciting because I had no idea
What they were.
what they looked like,
Yeah,
or like
we
if
still
they were
don't know.
boys or girls or whatever. So
Yeah.
it was like, it was kind of like a big surprise, you know, like
Yeah.
unboxing a big surprise. Like it was almost fun not knowing. Now I'm curious.
Oh,
Nara.
Don't bite me. Don't claw me and bite me. Ah.
Stop with the blanket.
Aye.
Dude.
Before we go, I'll drop a follow. Thank you, Dino. You the man, Dino. I feel like that's the way that should go.
You need your nails trimmed, cat. What the heck?
Oh. Get the Sliver and Nemo chat back up. Also, thanks for the follow on Sliver. Gummies, if you're still over there.
This must be so much thinner than our old one.
Yeah.
I feel like this has like snags and holes and stuff
It's
everywhere.
getting
The other
bad
one,
quick.
like lasted a really long time.
Yeah.
The other one we had like 6 or 7 years. Like honestly, since we moved in this house.
Yeah. It's
We
a
bought
little
it when we moved
disappointing.
in. I know. This one's not gonna last nearly that long.
Nope.
It's soft, but.
But yeah, so in the meantime,
Boo.
aside from
There's
being
not even kittens
disappointed,
to like look at on the
I know.
shelters and be
I was
like,
like I was like, well, we could patch into the shelter thing and look through any available pictures, but
There are
there's
six
just nothing. Yeah.
LA city shelters that the organization we foster through, pulls kittens from.
Right.
And they are East Valley, Harbor, North Central, South
There's
LA,
absolutely nothing.
West LA, and West Valley. And there are 0 available foster kittens at any of those, or kittens that need to be fostered. View kittens available for foster, and there are 0. The other thing, though, that sometimes they look at is the medical alerts, which there are cats on that, but those are pretty much all older cats.
Gotcha.
6-month-old tabby that looks like blue. This 1-year-old. Last page. That calico, there was like a 4-month-old calico who had a limp and an injured ear. On here that I was like, well, when we're ready to foster, if she's still here and there aren't kittens, maybe we would pull her. Oh, she's gone.
Oh, okay.
So they already pulled her. She was really cute and young, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, you could try and find that one kitten that we've seen occasionally in the neighborhood. Well, I haven't seen it in a couple weeks.
It's tipped.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's been TNR'd.
Okay.
It's ear tipped.
Alright.
There's another kitten. Oh, here, looks like it's gone.
Again, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat, because we've pretty much gone over our talking points until we get new kittens at this point. The things we're working on right now, aside from trying to get new kittens in here to foster, are just kind of getting ready for that and pumping out our I was just gonna say pimping out the Patreon. We only have 2 at this point. Means asks how many patrons do you have? So yeah, we just launched the Patreon
Like a couple days ago.
yeah, like 2
Like on the 1st.
yeah, like the night of the 1st. So it's really only been like 2 days ish. 3 days? Maybe. Yeah, we have 2 patrons right now, and we're trying to get 25 by the end of the month. We're gonna do like a shout out video for those first 25 or so patrons who join by the end of the month, and put a dedication on our community pet slideshow, which is where to go. This thing. So before it even gets into the slides, we'll have like a dedication page to thank everyone. And yeah, if you're out there and you have like even $1 to spare for the month, please consider joining our Patreon and donating to it, just to support it. Because this first month out would be it would be huge to have that little boost of support, not necessarily financially, but just as a show of hands of like, yes, we think this is a worthy cause. They, and share it with friends of yours that might be interested, that love cats and things like that. All right, I hate pimping.
There's no new
Nothing.
kittens
No new
in
kittens.
Kittenrescue.
Boo.
No kittens in Kittenrescue.
I hope I can fit 25 names on that so that they're readable.
One of the
Might have to do
reasons
2
that
screens.
I really want this, I've had this like incredibly huge wish
Yeah,
on my wish list
the vacuum.
of this Dyson vacuum, is
I
because
gotta check out these kids. That thing? Sure.
just play.
Is it just play? Yeah, okay.
Just pretending to be
Alright,
superhero.
it sounded like screaming for a minute. And then she said, "Cat boy!" And I knew it was play.
Because of there's just the being able to clean and disinfect this room so much better, because like
Sure.
like little bits of litter and stuff sort of get underneath,
They need
and
to
in the
make...
cracks of like the bed and like the dressers, and then just to be able to like really thoroughly vacuum off these shelves and the
Yeah.
pantry and like our bed frame headboard and stuff, and like just get in sort of all the cracks of everything that.
Yeah. You need
Just-
to make
I
like
just
a
feel like it would
Roomba,
just
but that's like
clean.
the size of a hockey puck. That would auto...
Who's able to clean a cat battery.
No, but just to keep the floor.
I mean, I vacuum that with our vacuum, but our vacuum is like, it does not have the, suction power. It is not as good.
Suction power.
And our vacuum doesn't do like dual sort of like wood floor and carpet, kind of like Dyson's do both.
Right. Oh, you know what?
Even just vacuuming things like the, dust on the blinds or like the cobwebs in the corners and all that, because, that just cuts down on the amount of, bacteria and everything. Spores. Yeah. She was talking about spores when she was talking about the ringworm, and she was like, the spores could get on things and spread and
jeez.
Yeah. And then when we have the kittens with Pan Luke, Ben was like, they're shedding the virus, in their also, like pretty much all from their bodies.
Right.
And it just gets into like everything and on everything, and it can live for like years and years.
Right.
So, yeah, I would feel a lot better about keeping things clean, or like the cleanliness of the space, I guess. I don't know. I'm bummed. No kittens. I've even sometimes I've like been looking at like next door to see if there are any people who are like, I found kittens in my yard.
Sure.
What do I do? Yeah. I didn't check Facebook. Actually, check the Facebook cat rescue groups, because they always are post if they find a cat that needs to be like an outdoor kitten or something.
Sure. Mean says, I look for other cat streams on YouTube because my mom comes over and wants to see black cats. I've seen one where two cats have ringworm and they're isolated in a room together and they seem like they're a lot of work. Yeah, I bet. Sodden Gorilla says, hi, beloved kittens. Alright, so Gorilla, right now we just have our house cat, Anara, in here. We're in between foster kittens at this time, but hoping to get a new litter in here as soon as possible. And means it looks like a ton of work. And it's just not worth the risk. Let's see if we can get that Patreon goal as an overlay somehow. I think I got it. I think I know how to do it. But they might have a better way. So Gorilla, right now we don't have foster kittens available for adoption. This is our house cat. We will have foster kittens in the near future who will be available for adoption in Los Angeles, but we are in between litters at this time.
Searching this.
Actively looking for the next. What?
These kittens are cute, but they're far away.
Is that on Nextdoor?
It's on
Facebook.
And also, they're 6 months old. 4 calico kittens, 6 months old. Really cute.
I think we give it another week before we start looking at adult cats. Yeah.
One's a Torty. Compton. 4 kittens.
Compton.
Carol Marvel 10. Peter was surprised to hear kittens in her house. She was
2 cat-aggressive dogs, and I was afraid that they will kill the kittens. I can help catch them. We just need to rescue the goats now.
Oh, what are you doing here? Come here, yo. Hello. Lara. Good cat. This is Nara, for those of you who haven't met her before. She is my cat. She's about 8 years old. 9 years old? How old are you?
These kittens are really cute.
Yeah?
But they're just a ploy to get you to sign up to become a foster.
Oh, that's dumb.
It just says kitten season will be here before you know it. We need fosters. Sign up. But
What?
These kittens aren't actually the
What rescue
fosters.
is that for?
It's Baldwin Park.
Means over on Twitch says, my cat had my son's girlfriend bailed up in the bathroom yesterday. Hissing and smacking at the door was quite funny. Pretty much a guard dog. Nice. Do you know what set the cat off? Is it just a smell?
Wow. There's that mom cat that's been seeing art in Compton who has 4 kittens hiding out, but there was no picture of the kittens. Somebody asked if the kittens were friendly and able to be handled.
Right.
And they haven't responded to that yet. I asked if they knew how good they were. LA County.
Mean says no idea. She doesn't like small children. She gets scared. She's just not just mean. Girlfriend's 2 kids were here as well. I had never seen the cat that day before. Often she just hisses, but she has chased the kids if they run. Glossy Garlic, which is Janine, says Brooklyn Cat Cafe employs rats to care for kittens. Interesting. That headline does sound familiar now. I think I've seen that posted somewhere. What? You got something?
So like this, I don't know where this place is, but
Okay.
it says,
Yeah.
oh, in Whittier, need rescue fosters, adopters for multiple young families, cats within a couple of few days. There's like this hoarder's house,
Oh,
and
jeez.
almost all the cats are in Siamese.
Oh, wow.
And they're at all different ages. Like,
Yeah.
this house is all scary.
Oh my god. Mean says over on Twitch, she doesn't do it if I'm by her. The daughter will always tell me if she has to go to the toilet so I can stand in front of the cat. When I came in and saw her doing that in the bathroom, I said, "Hey, hey," and she ran out to the kitchen. Interesting. And that cat really likes that bathroom. Like, what are you doing in there? That's my room.
This was just posted 14 hours ago.
The Siamese thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose that's the kind of thing I could always be like, be like if they had little kittens, I could call Cynthia and say, hey, if I take these kittens out of this situation, will you guys back them?
Right. I mean, sure.
I would have to email this person here.
Hey, what's up, Chasm over on D-Live? Mean says, do you ever get calls asking you to take kittens? Not us directly.
Sometimes we do.
Well, a little bit.
I mean, we got a neighbor down the street
That's true.
earlier
That was
when we
more-
had Joyce and the kittens, who she had a mom cat that she'd been feeding, and the cat had several litters, so she was trying to like work on TNRing them, but she felt like the most recent litter that was a couple of months old was probably like adoptable, and but and so I was like hooking her up with somebody I knew that could help her track them, but I didn't like, if we hadn't had Joyce and the kittens, I probably would have offered to foster the kittens for her, but I feel like she either found a different person to foster them or she ended up just TNRing them. I'm not really sure what happened with that. I know that she did get them all fixed for sure.
Hey, locked and loaded over on Nemo. How's it going?
But that happens occasionally. All the time when I'm at like pet stores doing adoption events,
Yeah.
people come up to me and say, I need help. I have these cats. What do I do? Like, can you help me? And I'm like, I can't take your cats from you. Our rescue is full because it's almost always during kitten season.
Yeah.
And I've had people like email me and text me, like last year, I got a text from Erica, whose friend had found a kitten and they couldn't foster it or keep it. And then I found a foster, but we couldn't take it because we already had some, but I found Molly. I hooked her up with Molly to foster that kitten for her. So like we occasionally get stuff like
I
that.
forgot about that. Mean says, so you need to go hang out where you go to adoption events. Right.
At a pet store.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my Kittenrescue shirt on. Yeah, I might email this woman about these kittens and just ask if there's, what the situation is.
Yeah. Well, it's 11:30. Maybe we should wrap it up in here. Get some breakfast. She's gone. She's in the computer world. Mean says, was that an approval or dismissal meow, or is she just talking to the ghost? Yeah, I think that was a light reflection meow. Because I'm like moving around, which is blocking. There's like this piece of light right on that. I don't know if you can see it, but right here. No. Yeah. It was just after Amanda said she's going to email those people about cats. Yeah.
Oh, Nara.
Yeah.
Nara was weighing in her opinion.
Yes. Apparently. Alright, you want to wrap it up and go do this in the other room?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, well thank you everyone for joining us for this Caturday chat. Hopefully we'll have a lead on kittens soon. And if there's no signs of that increasing in the next week or so, we may start looking toward older cats or medical need cats, just not ones that are quite so risky, not as contagious, different medical needs. So we'll see. We'll see what happens the next week, and we'll have another community chat next Saturday, if not sooner, because we have new kittens. But yeah, it'll go back to replaying the playlist and all of that jazz. Anything else, Amanda? And if you haven't already, please consider following us and donating on Patreon, patreon.com/Cuteavalanche. Even just $1 a month, just to get our first month off to an awesome start and show support. And please share that link out to any cat-loving friends. Thanks again for joining us. Peace, meow. Now I hit a lot of buttons while I'm still on screen.